We are meeting actually after a very long time.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, our last session happened on mm, 8th of March. And then this is the session we are back with. And yeah, here I go. This is Krishna Sneh from Wiki Equitable Parenting Council. I'm the state president of Wiki Equitable Parenting Council, Jharkhand chapter. And first of all, let me introduce Vicky. So Vicky is Women Indian of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. So yes, so this is a non-for-profit organization, a non-political, non-religious organization, and this is a platform which provides, support to the women entrepreneurs worldwide.
Action comes, we'll take money from you.
And this Wiki the founder is Harbeen Rai Arora, and they have other like ILL is there, WEF is there, so some other uh, platforms are also founded by Miss Harbeen Rai Arora. And yeah, uh, Wiki has many councils, and among them, one of the councils is Wiki Equitable Parenting Council. So our council was established 3 years back. We have completed like it's a long journey, and we had done a lot of sessions, awareness programs, some live sessions, online, offline. We have been very active uh, for past 3 years, and yeah, I'm proud to be the member of Wiki Equitable Parenting Council. And yes, as I shared that we conduct sessions and all. And here first of all, I would like to just talk about our president, Miss Azel Marquis. She is the president of Wiki Equitable Parenting Council. And yeah, and she's the founder of GPS for parents. So she had been working for uh, parenting thing and all. And here, with her support, we have been conducting the sessions and bringing awareness for conscious parenting. And in this journey, now we are starting with the conscious parenting circle. And as we all know, parenting is like it's a big responsibility that for that actually we need to be very mindful, very like aware and all. So for this, we are starting with today's session, knowing ourselves, me and myself. What kind of relationship do we share with ourselves? That depends. We can say that impacts the whole parenting journey of our own. So today we have a very beautiful speaker, Miss Neelam Chawla. She is founder director, uh, Maximal Global CIC. And yeah, a warm welcome to you, Neelam, and over to you. I won't take much time of all of yours, and the stage is yours. So please welcome Neelam. Thank you so much, Neelam, for accepting our invitation and being with us today for such a beautiful topic, self love. Thank you. Over to
Thank
you,
you so
Neelam.
much. Thank you so much. And before I start, I saw these beautiful hearts flying on Aziel's screen. Thank you so much. That was really a great start. Right. So, first of all, Krishna, thank you for creating this space. Thank you for inviting me. And thank you to Vicky as well for creating this council where the parents get an opportunity to, it's like a team effort, you know. I hope everybody understands Hindi in this platform. But I'm going to say that years ago, when, we were very little children, our parents used to say ki, you need an entire village पूरी village चाहिए to raise a child. So that was all about connection and looking after each other and looking after the child. Anyway, so thank you so much for having me. My name is Neelam Chawla, as Krishna has just said, and thank you for introducing me. So, I've started a global mental wellness mission called Maximal Global. 4 years ago, we started it. It's basically for mental health awareness because we feel awareness is the first step before action. So, and we are in the prevention space. We feel we should not wait for crisis. And mental health is not a part of our well being. Mental health is the core of our well being. And mental health doesn't affect everybody because m- everything affects our mental health because we all have mental health. So everything, whether it's parenting, whether it's going with our daily jobs, anything affects our mental health. And if we keep mentally well, we can really perform very well in everything. And for today's topic, we are going to talk about parenting. So, beautifully chosen topic. Welcome to everybody. We are going to talk about self love in real life, from self to family. And like Krishna is saying, me and me only. What did you say, Krishna? Sorry, I forgot. You said me and myself.
Me and myself. Right, right.
Me and
Yes.
myself. Thank you. So, me and myself. So, without guilt, without burnout, and without self neglect. Me and myself. And before I move on, I first want to say we've all heard this word self love. It's everywhere. It's the buzzword, I would say, nowadays. But I want to ask you all, what do you think self love is not? We all know what self love is, but what is self love not? Anybody? Anybody wants to say what is not self love? Okay. It's fine. So we will. I've just got a little list, and we'll go. If you can go into the next screen. So self love is not selfishness because many people think self love. If we spend time on ourselves, it's selfish. It's not arrogance. It's not fake positivity. It's not only pampering all these spas and everything. It's not ignoring your problems. It's choosing yourself. It's not choosing yourself at everybody's expense. It's not me first, it's me too. So that's what I think today we are going to talk about self love. And with that self love, when we go on to conscious parenting, what is actually conscious parenting? It's conscious parenting is not only about parenting itself, it's not only conscious about parenting, it's being conscious while parenting, it's being conscious of the child, and it's also being conscious of what is happening inside of us while we respond, while we handle all the different issues in our life. Anybody else wants to share what is their perspective on conscious parenting? No pressure. If anybody wants to, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. Yeah. So for me,
So,
like I said,
okay, can I
yeah,
share?
go on,
Yeah,
please,
just mainly
please.
just to be aware of the kind of practice that you're following. Uh, Regardless, it brings, you're also aware if the consequences of it, the process, the consequence of it, will it be positive? Will there be some negative impact on it? Or whatever it is. The key is to be aware of each and every step that we take or each or and every thought and belief that we have.
Absolutely. So the word that you used, aware is actually the first step, the absolute first step. Once we are aware, once we know, once we are conscious, only then we can take action. And nobody in this world can be positive all the time, 100% of the time. So that's life. Life happens, ups and downs, and everything happens. So what we have to do is to be able to build a resilience. So even through bad times or rough times or not so great times, we can still stand up. Like, there are some trees which, when it's wind, it goes really, they bend down, but then they have the capacity to stand up. But the really stiff trees, they can sometimes break. So that's the resilience we want to develop. Times up and down will happen. That's life. Till the time we are living, अच्छा और बुरा तो time आता ही रहता है. So that's where a resilience comes, and that's where conscious parenting as well come. Now, some of the deepest lessons that we learn in parenting are not from theories, not from books, not from really sound advice. Can anybody tell me where do we learn these really important lessons of parenting? We learn them from actually our
At
own
home.
children. We learn them from our children. We feel we are teaching them, but they are teaching us really a lot of stuff. So, and these lessons come from ordinary moments in everyday life. Now, just imagine sometimes a child, cries or throws a tantrum or looks not in a very great mood. What do we as parents do? Anybody?
We lose temper sometimes. At
Yeah, but
times,
and that's
we
fine too.
thrash also.
Huh?
I mean, at times, like we thrash them also.
Oh
That
my
also
God, don't say
happens.
that, please. It's being recorded. Confidential information. No. So that's obviously not the right action to do.
But we do tend to ask them sometimes, what's up? What's wrong? Did something happen today? Are you okay? Because we care and it comes from a space of love for them.
Absolutely. So we, okay, apart from some reactions, they're no, we don't get angry with them all the time, right? If a baby, say for example, is crying, or a toddler is crying or throwing a tantrum, our first reaction will be, what happened? Like you're saying, Shivani, what happened? Or even if we don't ask them, we kind of start thinking, is it his food time? Is it sleep time? Is it some other time that he or she is trying to tell me by being upset? So we try to not judge the behavior straight away. We try to go under that and see what could be the cause of why he or she is behaving like that. Am I right in saying that? Don't we all, mostly from our love, from this is something, it comes naturally to us. If even if a baby who's non-verbal, even if the baby cries, we try to figure out, उसके सोने का टाइम तो नहीं है, उसके भूख का टाइम नहीं है, उसका डायपर तो नहीं चेंज होना. Don't we try and find the cause of why the child is upset? Isn't it? So that what has the child done? The child has behaved in a certain manner and shown that his behavior is communication. So anybody's behavior is communication. So when the child behaves in a certain manner, we try to understand that communication, and we try to understand what is underneath these layers, and how can we maybe feed the child, maybe do something so that the child stops crying or calms down. We go down to the level of the child and we say, kya hua bacche, what can I do? Give them a hug, do something. Don't we do that? But when something happens to us, we don't do that. We never hug ourselves. We never tell us to calm ourselves down. We never think, am I angry or am I hungry? We never say that to ourselves. We feel, okay, whatever I'm feeling, never mind. I have to keep pushing through. I have to keep pushing through. Am I right in saying that? How many of us are guilty of saying this and doing this and behaving like this? Many of you. Okay. So self love is then what I'm saying. Again, not me first, but me too. We also have to recognize, like that we recognize for the child is upset, it needs something. There are some unmet needs that the child is trying to communicate. So we also can have unmet needs. No, we could be tired, we could be hungry, we could be overwhelmed, we could be overworked, we could be so many things. But we don't stop to think what it is. We don't try and stop and think about the cause. Lekha ji, you are wanting to say something?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. See,
No.
we were talking about children. Children, their form of communication is either throwing a tantrum, where they get attention, and then the person who's around them inquires, "Why are you throwing a tantrum?" or "Is something wrong with you?" And in adulthood, as we grow up, we've been taught not to throw tantrums. It is not accepted. We are told, you are growing up, why are you throwing tantrums? So when we are unwell and if we want to express something, we cannot throw tantrums since we've been told we are adults, we are not
Okay,
supposed to
just
throw
for the
tantrums. So how do we express ourselves? How do we express?
Okay.
By
First of
loving
all,
ourselves. You
I
have
will
to
just
love
go back.
yourself.
Thank you for asking that. I'll just go back to the child again, right? अब बच्चा पहले थोड़ा सा रोता है कि सीधा ही धाड़े मार मार के टैंट्रम थ्रो करता है, बताइए।
No, it starts
पहले वो
throwing
उसकी एक
tantrums
स्टेजेस है ना टैंट्रम तक पहुंचने की।
only when they are not seen. They start slowly, but
Yeah,
then it becomes excessive is when they realize that nobody is attending to them.
absolutely.
It's accepted because a child has different forms of showing expressing themselves. They might not be able to say we are hungry. There are some children who when they're hungry they start crying. The mother as a mother realizes it and knows, oh, the child is hungry, it's feeding time. Or the stomach pain. We associate it with different issues. But when we are adults, it has been imbibed in us that we shouldn't throw tantrums. Isn't it?
Fine.
Isn't it,
Absolutely.
Miss Neelam?
So there has been some sort of conditioning in our childhood. I would
Yes.
agree with that. But what I'm also trying to answer, just make you think of what you said. You said first the child will be a little upset, and if the mother feeds, right, so automatically child shant ho jata na. But
Yeah.
when the mother is not understanding, the child is communicating by his behavior because वो बात नहीं कर रहा है या कर भी सकता है या नहीं, whatever, whichever way. बच्चे की कम्युनिकेशन है, वो उसका रोना नहीं है, वो मांग रहा है कुछ. That's the only way he has learned to communicate.
Yes.
But when his need is not being met, उसको खाना नहीं मिल रहा है, उसको, like you said, he's not feeling like he's being seen or heard, then he moves on to the top stage of throwing
Yes.
a tantrum, right?
Yes.
So that started happening in stages. So that's what we have to learn, that once the child has communicated right in the beginning, if we meet his needs, he will not need to go to that extreme step, right?
Yes.
Same with us. Same, exactly same with us. हम थोड़ा सा जब थक रहे हैं, आज थक गए, थोड़ा बैठ गए, फिर हम थोड़ा और थके, थोड़ा और थके, सो हम ये कब रियलाइज करेंगे कि ये हमारी बॉडी हमें कम्युनिकेट कर रही है कि हम थक रहे हैं, but we take it to the tantrum level and then nobody listens. Why is nobody listening? Because you didn't listen to your own body first. So first we have to accept that we can listen to ourselves.
See,
सो हम कभी भी, हमें लगता है कि अगर हम कांस्टेंट मशीन की तरह काम नहीं करते रहेंगे तो घर नहीं चलेगा. एंड बिलीव मी, वी कैन वर्क लाइक अ मशीन, पर घर में काम, हम सोने के टाइम पे भी 2 या 4 काम फिर भी बच जाते हैं, बट व्हेन वी आर रेडी टू ड्रॉप डेड वी लीव देम.
yeah,
But we are not prepared to leave them a little bit before dropping dead. And
that is
then we
not.
expect, okay, I'm throwing a tantrum and nobody is listening. Why have you reached the tantrum stage? And this is what we are today going to talk about. Self
मत करो
Uh,
बोलते यूट्यूब में.
excuse me, I request everyone, uh, let's keep our question towards the end. Let her finish whatever she wants to share, and then we can always ask our question towards the end. That will, keep the flow going. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lekha ji, for asking this question. Yeah, Neelam, over to you. Thank you. Please continue.
just going back, this is what we need to learn from the children. Children are teaching us that we can communicate. And first communication happens from us to us. We should be our biggest love story. And we need to love us first. And we need to recognize that my body is getting tired. At the first step, we need to do something about it. Sit down. You can leave some unnecessary tasks and move on from there. World will not come to an end, but you will have enough energy to move on to the next thing, to move on to the next thing. So we learn from the children. Ask when you have a need, and then calm down after your need is met. So this is the biggest lesson as a conscious parent that we need to learn. We need to look after we need to first identify our abilities and then fulfill them and move on from the next, keep filling our cups. Yeah, can we go on to the next slide now? Shivani, can I ask you a question? Very quick question.
Of course.
Right. Shivani, I'm really, really stuck today. And I need you to help me with this something. And I know you're so good. I'm sorry I'm coming to you at such a last minute. But can I please, please let you do this for me? Because I know you're very, very good at it. Please
Of
help me.
course, of course, of course. Yeah, no problems. Yeah, whatever you need help with, I'm here. Just tell me what you need. I'll be there.
Shivani, I'm going to ask you this again. Shivani, I really need help with something today. It's urgent. I know you're very good at it. Sorry for telling you at the last minute, but I please want you to do it.
Acha, yeah, you know what? I'd love to help, but I'm right in the middle of something. So, can I please come back to you maybe like in 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours max? Uh, I'll definitely help you with it, but I need some time. Would that be okay?
Thank you, Shivani. So now we've just shown you that I made one request to a member of my family or friends or anybody, and I had two responses. The situation was the same, but I had two responses. Does anybody want to say which response they would have given in something similar? Because one response has come from guilt, from feeling that, oh my God, I don't want to offend
The
my friend
second
or
one.
family member.
The second one. The first one is for sympathy, and the second one is for guilt.
Not so much sympathy, it comes from my guilt that I don't want to let her down, I don't want to disappoint her, and I'll be guilty if I don't. Basically, I should be an answer to everybody's problem. That's the kind of mindset the first answer would be. The second answer is from self respect. I have a boundary, I have something urgent to do, and I can tell this person that yes, I do want to do it, but I will do it a little bit later or maybe tomorrow or some. So I've respected myself and what I'm doing. I'm not canceling what I'm doing already. So that is my self-respect for myself. These kind of, very, very small moments that shape bigger patterns, and the family also then and our children start to respect our boundaries, and nobody then will start throwing tantrums. Now, sometimes self love is one honest sentence spoken in time. Yeah, everybody got that? But many of us don't like to do that. We feel, oh my God, usne bola hai, so I have to do it. Yeah. So we will go through the slides one by one quickly. And like Krishna said, we will come back to the question and answers in the end. Yeah. Can we go on to the next slide? Okay. Now, today we have all gathered here to talk about self love for conscious parenting. Now, self love, why this conversation today matters? Because self love, it is the foundation for all other forms of love. If we cannot love ourselves, we will not do justice in loving anybody else. We have a big cup full of love. We'll keep pouring it to the family, to the children, to the work, to so many other things, to our parents, everybody. And then eventually that cup is going to be empty. And then we'll have nothing to give to anybody else because we were such a giver and we didn't believe in self love that we forgot to fill our own cup. So we've got nothing left now to give. And then we snap, we shout, we scream, we get irritable, and it doesn't help anybody. So self love is the foundation for every other love. This conversation matters because many people are kind to others. We can be very nice to others, but we are very harsh to our own selves. And that affects how we show up in relationships, parenting, and in daily life. The way we behave, it creates the emotional atmosphere in the family. And that's what our children then grow up in. If we are constantly snapping, if we are constantly irritable, the child is seeing all these things. We cannot teach children everything, but we can show teach children everything. We can model. If we show to the child that, I'm important, I love myself, and whenever I get tired, I rest so that I can keep my calm, and then I will be calm with you. I'll be calm to everyone. If I show to the child that if first I listen to myself, then I can listen to everybody else. That's the emotional atmosphere we will create, And the child thrives in that emotional atmosphere. The child also respects that, yes, everybody has boundaries. And even if, I mean, if a child has come back from playing or from school, first thing we tell the child, अच्छा बेटा रेस्ट कर लो, या बच्चे कुछ खा लो, आप थक गए हो गए, या आप सो जाओ. But we don't say these things to ourselves because we feel we can continue. But then we cannot continue. It starts telling, and we start showing our irritability starts showing, and the child is catching on all to all these things. Yeah. Now, the way we relate to ourselves is how we sometimes relate to others. Does that make sense to anybody? Yeah. How I love becomes a part of how I love myself. That becomes a part of how a child learns. Any thoughts on that? Okay. So, in loving ourselves is not only, like we discussed, it's not being selfish, it's not being, showing fake positivity at all times, it's not even pampering all these spa things all the time. It's holistic. We look after our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, our social health, everything we have to, in a holistic manner, look after ourselves and love, establish our needs, and see how we can meet those needs. Okay, so in our physical care, we have sleep, food, rest, boundaries, emotional regulation, and time for ourselves. And if we don't do that, our we wear down totally. And I'm just going to give you, I have written it down. Self in a negative manner can be S for सबको बोलने दो, सबको हाँ बोल दो, like what we just did it in the role play. सबको हाँ बोल दो. एक्सपेक्टेशन, सारी दुनिया की एक्सपेक्टेशंस का बोझ अपने ऊपर उठा लो, लिमिट्स टोटली इग्नोर कर दो, और फिर कहना आई एम फाइन. दैट्स अ नेगेटिव सेल्फ. Yeah. Now, how can you be positive self? Slow down. Express your needs. Like a child is expressing his needs, you also learn to express your needs. Listen within. Don't keep on ignoring your limits. Listen to yourself. And then from F, fill your cup. So, this is a positive self. And once you do a positive self as opposed to the negative self, so when we are doing our negative self, when we are indulging in self negatively, we parent negatively. And what does that look like? When negative parenting with a negative self is to please everyone, is to absorb all the pain, is to react, not reflect. Because if you've been negative self, and if you're absorbing all the pressures, all the pains, and trying to please everybody, you're bound to react and not respond in many situations, in many circumstances. E for totally erase your needs. You are nobody. N for never pause. Continue, non-stop continue. And then T for then say, I'm fine. So when you're a negative self, this is the kind of parent you look like. You will, in the end, an end of both of them, you will say, I'm fine. But are you really? No. And once you have the positive self, which is slow down, express your needs, listen within, and fill your cup, you will become a positive parent, which will look like P for pause, A for acknowledge your own feelings, R for respond and not react at everything, E for express your needs, notice your limits, and then T for not I'm telling you, not saying I'm fine, but taking care of yourself sometimes, and that looks like just taking one breath. So a positive self leads to being a positive parent. Any thoughts from anybody on that? Okay, we go into the next slide. Right, now we come to the science of self. Lots of us here, or many of us, or all of us here, I can guarantee, love gold and diamond. Am I right in saying that? But do you know that both the things, of course, both the things come in a natural state. Gold doesn't look like gold when it's actually extracted from the mines. It needs to be under pressure. It needs to be, put under fire. It needs to go through a system. And I think पुराने टाइम में कहा जाता था कि you have to go through a hard time कि सोने की तरह निखरने के लिए, right? But that fire that sona is subjected to is very controlled, is planned, कि इतना ही टेम्परेचर उसको देना है, इतनी देर तक देना है, ऐसे देना है, insert, I mean, all the conditions are preset. And similarly with diamond, there is a process by which it is cut, it is refined, and then they shine and they sparkle. Now, if the gold and the diamond, there was no process and you just put it in fire, it's not going to shine and sparkle. It's going to be destroyed. So some pressures in our, similarly like that, some pressures in our life are very, very good. We have to go through those pressures. We have to, for example, agar hamara exam hai, to we have to take that stress. Oh my God, there is a time limit that I have to do this, and that stress helps us. But if that stress is continuous, if we are in fire continuously, then that destroys us. So first thing in our self love is, yes, pressure to life ka hai, but where do we stop that pressure? How do we control that pressure so that we can come out shining for us and for everybody else? Gold not only shines and sparkles itself, but we love it too. It's giving us joy and the sparkle in our lives as well. How many of you sitting here make pakoras or make lovely yummy paranthas? In India, that's the whole big thing, isn't it? I think all of you do. But then आप देखते हैं, आप ऑयल को अगर हाई पे रखेंगे और आप देख रहे हैं कि ऑयल बर्न हो रहा है, तो आप क्या करेंगे उस ऑयल का? विल यू नॉट लोअर द प्रेशर? गैस को धीरे कर देंगे कि अरे मेरे पकौड़े चल जाएंगे यार। तो हम अपनी लाइफ में अपना प्रेशर क्यों नहीं कम करते? हम क्यों जलने पे लगे हुए हैं? So this is what we have to recognize. Whenever the fire gets too much, whenever the pressure gets too much, low down the pressure so that we can continue to become these wonderful gold and diamond, and not only shine for ourselves, but shine and create that atmosphere, ambience in our own homes, where our children, where our families can thrive. And that's what self-love looks like. So again, some pressure shapes us, but too much pressure can wear us down. And a child wants a regulated, a shiny parent rather than a burned down parent. So chronic stress can become the baseline. So हम सबका एक baseline होता है where we operate. जैसे sometimes people say कि अरे मुझे इंजेक्शन पे दर्द नहीं होती, किसी को टैटू में दर्द नहीं होती, किसी को ऑपरेशन कराने में भी they are very brave, बट मेरे जैसे बंदे को ब्लड टेस्ट कराने में भी दर्द होती है. So everybody's stress baseline is different. But when we are under chronic stress, हर time हम stress में रहेंगे तो our baseline changes and we are operating from a constant stress baseline. We have forgotten to go back to our starting base. And then we attach guilt to rest. हमें लगता है अरे हम लेट गए, ओ इतने काम रह गए, I could have done so much, why did I lie down? So we are always guilty at resting, and that starts building the resentment, and then that resentment starts showing in us as well. Our emotional exhaustion can increase. Self-worth can become tied to overgiving. I have met a lot of women who say, who aspire to be the trophy wives, trophy has mothers, trophy daughter-in-laws, trophy daughters, trophy the corporate job, that they want to be their best at all times. But you cannot be best at all times. You are very good, you acknowledge you are good at something, but you cannot emotionally keep on exhausting yourself and still be very good at your job, because you are bent to then collapse. पकौड़े जल जाएंगे सारे, किसी के काम के नहीं रहेंगे फिर वो. So self love is not self indulgence. We don't need to keep on going to these fancy spas and spending a lot of money. It's self preservation. How can we preserve our calmness, our baseline, our, how can we keep on regulating ourselves? This is what is most important. Yeah, let's go on to the next one. All right. Now, we have so many things to do. We are working women. There are work expectations. There are house expectations. There are personal stuff to do. There बच्चों को छोड़ना है, लेना है, करना है. So many things we have to do, and we have to do them. There's no getting away from it. But before the family, before we do for anybody else, comes self. There is a saying in India, a very, very long ago, it's a very old saying, कि अपने लिए नहीं जीना, अपनों के लिए जीना है. And I think to certain extent, we are conditioned. I grew up like that, and my parents grew up like that. कि sacrifice yourself, क्योंकि अपनों के लिए जीना है. And I really respect that. And I really like that also. That comes from a place of care, love, culture, responsibility, everything. I love it. But what good am I for किसी भी अपने if I cannot operate or I cannot sustain myself? तो अपनों के लिए जीने के लिए भी अपने लिए तो पहले जियो. Fill your cup, make yourself strong, and that strength can look physically. आज अगर if I'm not physically strong, अगर मैं उठ के अपना एक चाय का कप नहीं बना सकती, तो मैं किस अपने का ध्यान रख सकती हूँ? किसी का नहीं रख सकती. So again, going back, अपनों के लिए जीने के लिए अपने लिए पहले जियो. So before family comes self. And how I treat myself affects how I show up at home. If I'm forever rushing, इधर भाग रही हूँ, उधर भाग रही हूँ, मेरे को काम पे जाना है, मुझे ईमेल लिखनी है, मुझे यह करना है, मुझे खाना बनाना है, and I'm not leaving any time for a breather. मेरा बच्चा भी कब मेरे से बात करेगा? There is no time. Because I am showing that I just don't have the time. I'm rushing, trying to meet all the aspirations. I want to be called the best bahu, the best this, the best cook. Okay, that's fine. But where is the best person left then? Nothing. और वो हमारे बच्चे भी हमारे से बात नहीं कर सकते. So how I treat myself affects how I show up at home. Self-awareness shapes parenting. When we do all of this, we are teaching our child that you are not important. Somebody else is important. And is that what we want our children to grow up with? Thinking they are not important. They should not be able to ask for anything. They should not be able to rest. They have to keep going, keep going. And children are also breaking down in all of this. So this is what we are showing them. We are modeling this to them. Self-respect models healthy love for children. So if we teach a child that first you are important, beta, we tell them that they are important, but we don't show them. So a child will think, okay, I'm only important now, but when I grow up, I'm going to be stop being important. I'm not going to be important anymore. Then somebody else will become important. This is what we are telling the child. And emotional regulation is really important. How we regulate, we cannot regulate a child if we are emotionally unregulated. हम सबके घर में पंखे लगे हैं ना, जब वो पंखा बहुत तेज हो जाता है और सबको ठंड लगने लगती है, so we know that we have a regulator and we can go and lower the speed so that पूरी family ठंड से ना बैठी रहे. Or vice versa. If it's too hot, we can regulate. And so we can only be looking at all those things once we are aware कि ये हो रहा है, मैंने पंखा इतनी तेज कर दिया है, this is how it's impacting on the family. So how I can regulate it now so that the family, the children, everybody is comfortable. So that will first come with my own awareness. It cannot come with somebody else's awareness, right? Let's go on the next one. I'm speaking non-stop. Right. I think I'm going to take a break here and give you all a break as well, because a lot of listening has happened. I just want to say one thing. We have heard these lots of words, mindfulness. Has everybody heard mindfulness? Right? And I feel mindful is important, But are we actually working on mindful, or are we keeping our mind always full with tasks, with endless tasks, with endless to-do list? Ye karna, ye karna, ye karna. I have to take the child. I have to do this work. I have to do this. I have to, endless. So we are keeping our mind full with that. Full with that. So let's not keep our mind full with that. After Shivani has finished, we will talk about how we can do mindfulness activities. So we don't have to keep our mind full. We can sometimes just be mindful that we, with this mindful that we have, we are getting agitation. We are facing agitation. And from agitation, to calm our agitation down, we are going to learn meditation. And meditation, I'm going to invite Shivani here, who's very kindly come to show us just 2 3 4 minutes or whatever little time of meditation that we can add in our daily lives to be mindful. Shivani, on to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, like, Bhabhi said, mindfulness. So, I think we are going to be mindful here, but we will mindfully bring ourselves to the present moment. And you can do that throughout your day at any point. You could even be just driving whilst you're thinking or listening to a song. Just being in that present moment, celebrating life as it's unfolding to you, becomes your mindfulness. And sometimes just it takes like very little few things to say to yourself. Maybe, just putting your hand on your heart center just to say, you know what, this is all good. So I just invite you here to maybe close your eyes just for a few moments. I won't be taking long. Just gently closing your eyes wherever you are. And just start to become aware of this beautiful pranic force that runs through our nostrils we call breath. Just becoming aware. There's no judgment, there's no expectation. Taking a deep inhale through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Just once more inhaling and exhaling. Simply becoming aware of the breath. And maybe bring your hands to your heart center just for a moment. And say to yourselves, I am here for myself. I am my best friend. I am enough. I give myself permission to just be. And gently bring your palms back down. And maybe just open your eyes here. And once again, just start to observe your breath. And see how this feels. So if you haven't got your eyes open already, you can do so. You can have your palms in your lap and just relax. And I invite you here just to maybe share for a moment, what did this feel like? We've barely taken 2 minutes or maybe 3, simply catching our breath. Does anyone want to share what it felt like just for this moment?
I've just become so calm.
I think what we call a pranic force, the energy, we talk about our heart center and the space, and especially more so as I think Bhabhi said, the buzzwords are around. We forget to take a simple breath. Something that, if a best friend called you, or your mother called you, or somebody, your loved one called you, you'd be like, look after yourself, da 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 da. You'll be on the phone, you'll be telling them. What happened to that being the best friend to yourself, not just the best bahu, the best mother, the best cook, like what Bhabhi said? How would you show up for your friend, for your loved ones that you care about? And just that breath, that moment, and maybe literally just Giving yourself a little squeeze, a little hug, just to say, you know what, you are enough. The fact that we show up for ourselves every day is enough. And just that. So I leave that with you just to have a ponder, a little think, just to see how this serves you in your daily routines. It doesn't take a lot. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Maybe every time you make that parathi and those pakoras, give yourself a little hug, pat your back, and go win those battles every day. Make it a habit. 2 seconds, a little hug. That's all it takes. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivani. That was beautiful, and it did have a very, very calming, impact on me. Thank you so much, and I hope everybody can do it in their busy schedules. I know everybody is really, really busy in their lives, but these little things you can do. You've gone to drop your child somewhere. You're waiting outside in the car. We start scrolling on our phones. Just be phone free for 2 minutes, 1 minute. Just take a deep breath. I attended a session, and there this lady told me beautifully, which I'm going to share and which I follow quite a lot. So breathe in at the count of 4 like you're smelling a flower, and breathe out to the count of 7 like you're blowing a candle. Even that will reset your nervous system. Just the simple things. I'm sure each one of us has that time in our lives to give to ourselves. We deserve it. We owe it to ourselves. And I'm sure all of us will do that. I'll just give you a very simple another mindful activity that you can do during your day. As women, we pride ourselves in multitasking. We pride ourselves. We say, मैं ये भी कर लेती हूँ, ये भी कर लेती हूँ, मैं इसके साथ ये भी कर रही थी, वो भी कर रही थी, वो भी कर. But sometimes just take a moment while you're making tea, because I appreciate that many of us don't get that time. We don't have that luxury to take 1 hour off just for ourselves every day. Chai bana rahe ho, don't multitask at that time. Sometime chai bana rahe ho, just see the water boiling, observe, just stay in the moment, feel your feet grounded on the earth, see the bubbles rising, smell the steam. When you got your cup, hold the cup, feel the warmth. That's mindfulness. So, all these things, these big words, you don't have to really spend hours and hours in doing. You can put them daily in your everyday life, in the small moments. We can create these small moments of joy and self love. I'm just going to give you a few practical strategies that you can do during your day. We all make khana. We say, अच्छा आज मैं ये बनाऊंगी क्योंकि मेरे हस्बैंड को ये अच्छा लगता है, आज मैं ये बनाऊंगी क्योंकि मेरे बच्चे को ये अच्छा लगता है, मेरी सास को ये अच्छा लगता है, मेरे पेरेंट्स को अच्छा लगता है. So our menu is made because this one likes this one likes this one likes this. So start with one day of the week. Add in the menu. मुझे ये अच्छा लगता है, आज मैं ये भी बनाऊंगी. For your own self. That's also self love. So, all those little things you can do for your own self. You can prioritize. Okay, I've got 10 things to do, but I'm dead, moving towards being dead tired. Okay, these 2 things are not important. I'll leave them and do them tomorrow, or maybe do them after a little while. Maybe today I want to just sit with a cup of tea and just listen for 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. We drink a cup of tea in, I think, 2, 3 minutes. I'm just going to listen to my own music. This is what I'm going to do. So just build these small moments in your day, and that looks like self love. And when you're happy, when you've loved yourself, you can be a conscious parent. You can teach all these things to your children, and not even teach them, they will see. We will model them, they will learn. So, sikhana nahi hai, dikhana hai. Yeah, we can go on to the next slide now. Right, we have come to the end. If anybody has any questions, feedback, or next steps, this is your time now.
Thank you so much, Neelam. It was really beautiful. And yeah, thank you, Shivani, for the practice you made us do. The small, simple, basic breathing exercise or breathing practice that only brought us to the present, what present moment. We just realized everything. We felt that yes, we are a, like a live human being. Otherwise, we most of the times we forget. So thank you so much for this. And yeah, now the stage is open for everyone for the question. If you have any kind of question, so please unmute yourself, and or else you can just type it in the chat box also. And till the time the audience is thinking, here I have a question, Neelam. I want you to tell us that how can we as parents model self-love without appearing selfish to our children.
This is exactly what. So if we model to the child that, okay, feelings are important, right? And that starts with me. That starts with me. Now tell me one thing, you take the child out for activities, we buy children new clothes and do all of those things, right? And they get happy. But do you think that's the only time they get happy? No. They are, we aspire, we keep on trying कि वो रोज खुश रहे, हम उनको कडल करते हैं, हम उनको प्यार से गुल्ली गुल्ली करते हैं, हम उनको, we show affection. There are so many ways we show them affection that we try कि बच्चा हमारा रोज खुश रहे. So this is what we have to show to the child, that my self love is not going to be going on one holiday that I'm going to save up like crazy to go to. My self love is not going for hour, vanishing and leaving you and going to the gym. My self love is not going out for hours with my friends or something. My self love is also that. Of course, I think that's also very important. But my self love is also those small moments. Kyunki I've done these things. Now I'm going to sit down. I'm going to relax because I need to then build up my energy and strength all over again to then go on to the next task. This is what the children will learn, and this is how they will, because they will learn this in their education. Okay, they've studied something, then they need to give themselves a little break and then they go on. They will learn how not to break down, how not to burn out, and still achieve what they're trying to achieve, because we have shown them that there is a way to do it.
Yeah, thank you. And yes, going forward, like as you said that yeah, we need to find out some time for ourselves. So can you just tell us few simple things, that one of the activities that you shared about this breathing exercise, that is one. So apart from that, what all simple things we can do? Yes, you had already shared in between the session that yes, while frying or while cooking, just cuddle yourself, tell yourself all those things. Apart from that, like how we can, make it a daily habit.
So for daily habit, I mean, if people, I know I've spoken to a lot of people in India and they keep on saying हमारे दिन में तो टाइम ही नहीं है, टाइम ही नहीं है, टाइम ही नहीं है. क्या कर रहे हो? मैं बच्चे को लेने जा रही हूँ, मैं बच्चे को छोड़ने जा रही हूँ. फाइन, तुम बच्चे को लेने जा रहे हो, तुम बच्चे को छोड़ा है for some activity, then you're waiting in the car, you're scrolling on the phone. That's your time. That's your time. Close your car, go for a little walk. Okay, you can't park in a certain place. That's fine. Don't go for a walk. Do what Shivani has just taught us to do. Do simple breathing. You can write, you can journal, but we have a habit of, we feel no minute in our life should be wasted, so we use that moment of time also in answering emails and answering WhatsApp messages, in making these phone calls. Everything can wait. Every single thing can wait. That's only 5 minutes. If you're waiting for your child for 1 hour, if you consciously spend those 5 7 minutes to do this, you've got still 55 minutes to do the other task. I'm not telling you or underplaying what all important things you have to do, you shouldn't do, but I'm telling you, you'll not lose anything by using those 5 minutes. In fact, your productivity will increase. You will be so calm that you will be able to answer those emails nicely. You will not be reacting to things. You will be responding to what people are asking you to do. Don't we feel when we are overworked, when we are tired and somebody calls us, we snap? Kya hai? Arre, kya hai? Don't we do that? But if we are not at that stage of collapse or burnout, then we won't be doing these things, because we have taken those little breaks that keep us going. I've just made a very tiny list while I was talking to you all about what all you can do. Spend 5 quiet minutes before everybody has woken up. You might want to do your prayers, you might want to just sit and have a cup of tea just by yourself. Nothing else, no phone, nothing. That's a very good way of starting your day. You've started on a nice, um, you, it's like, when we drive a car, we all drive cars, right? अभी आजकल मोस्टली लोग ऑटोमेटिक कार चलाते हैं, बट जैसे पहले गियर्स वाली गाड़ी चलाते थे. सो नाउ व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड द कार, कैन यू गो इन द फिफ्थ गियर स्ट्रेट अवे? और अगर फिफ्थ गियर में सीधा हम गाड़ी डाल देंगे, तो द गाड़ी इज गोइंग टू बप 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 जंप. Whereas if we start the car, put it in the first gear, then second gear, then third, build it up, so that by the fifth gear the car is smooth. So this is how we start our day. Start from the first gear, move on, move on, move on, so that by the time you're in the fifth gear in an hour or so, by the time you've got up, you're fully charged. You're ready to take up your life in the fast pace that is required of you. And then you come back when you're rewinding your day. जैसे हम गाड़ी को स्लो करते हैं, डोंट वी रिवर्स द गियर्स, फिफ्थ टू फोर्थ टू थर्ड टू 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 वन टू जीरो. उसी तरह वी हैव टू स्टार्ट अनवाइंडिंग ऑन आवर डे एज वेल. बहुत थक गए, वी कैन नॉट स्टे इन द फिफ्थ गियर एंड देन एक्सपेक्ट कि हमें नींद आ जाएगी, because our mind, we have not let our mind allow to be calm down. So how are we going to sleep? फिफ्थ गियर में तो किसी को नींद नहीं आएगी. So that's a simple principle that you follow. Start the day in steps, end the day in steps, right? And many of us, I have also noticed that when we cook for the whole family, we tell them eat garam garam kha lo, garam garam kha lo, but we are not sitting to eat garam. We finish everything and then we have cold food. Self love. We have also right to eat that nice, enjoy that nice garam garam khana. Okay, some people have the facility where they have a help who can give them garam khana, no problem if you don't have help. But when you've cooked the last chapati, those last chapatis are still warm. If you just give yourself importance कि मैं अब पहले बैठ के खाऊंगी, फिर मैं कुछ और करूंगी, that's self love. That's a moment of self love. Similarly, गरम चाय पियो यार. खड़े खड़े हम मल्टीटास्क करते. ये सब बातें मैं देखी हुई बता रही हूँ. दैट्स व्हाई आई कुड जॉट डाउन व्हाइल आई टर्न माय कैमरा ऑफ. आई हैव सीन पीपल डूइंग दीज थिंग्स. चाय पी रहे हैं एंड देन दे आर थ्रोइंग द टी, बिकॉज तीसरी बारी गर्म करने के बाद माइक्रोवेव में वो चाय का इतना गंदा स्वाद हो गया, दे हैव टू थ्रो इट, राइट? सो आई हैव सीन दीज थिंग्स. You made tea for yourself and others. Sit down, enjoy, sip that tea mindfully. नॉट कि मैं पास्ट में रह के ओ आज ये हुआ ये हुआ ये हुआ और फिर यहाँ कल ये होना है और अभी मुझे ये करना है. नो, नो नीड टू डू दैट. जस्ट एंजॉय दैट मोमेंट एंड एंजॉय योर कप ऑफ टी. Step out in the fresh air for 1 minute. Some people say walk, but I know some people cannot walk. But sitting in the fresh air also gives you the same benefits that walking in fresh air gives. So sit down, even for 1 minute. You will be surprised these little moments that you take, are they going to make so much of a difference in your life? Again, like I said, when you meal prep, start, if you've never done it before, start with one day of the week कि आज मैं अपनी पसंद का भी मेन्यू में एक चीज डालूंगी, and then slowly just add on and add on and add on, and then daily, every day you should have one thing. You have a full right to make one thing of your own choice. Like I said, when you're dropping off children, do a little walk or have a phone free moment, put on some music that you enjoy. You can even dance. I love to dance. So sometimes 5 minutes you can swing yourself even while doing your work, even while folding clothes. You can do so much just while doing other things. You don't have to stop to create the moments. The moments are there already. You just need to make those moments into your self-love moments. And I'm sure each one of you will be able to find their own moments during the day mindfully. Anything else?
Thank you so much, Neelam. Very beautifully explained. I mean, with right examples, like, yeah, the kind of awareness we wanted to create among parents, then definitely that objective is fulfilled. Thank you so much. As yeah, as like, I want to share here one thing about Neelam, that she, along with her team, had been doing these kind of community sessions. They are already supporting the community. And one more thing about her, she is from London. Right now, she has joined us from London, and they are extensively working for the community development there, spatially in this emotional, maximizing space. So thank you so much, Neelam, for accepting my invitation and giving your precious time to our platform. It added a lot of value. Now I would like to invite our president, Hazel.
Sorry, Krishna, one second. Somebody has their
Yeah,
hand up.
Okay.
let's take Umay Kawaja for his this, and then Umay, kindly unmute and kindly, yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Ume
Uh,
Khwaja. Thank you so much for inviting me, Neelamji. And it's my honor to be a part of this Zoom meeting. I only would like to thank you to all of you. And Shivani ji, she gave us such a meditation method. It's very good to be a part of your organization. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Preeti ji, I would request to, remove stop the screen sharing. Thank you so much.
Sorry, one second. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was just about to say that if anybody wants to contact us for any workshops or sessions, any schools or parent communities or anything, so please contact us. You have the details from Krishna.
yeah,
And
Preeti, if you could just show the screen once again for a minute, so that everyone could just take a screenshot or so. And plus, we will also, when we give a sign off message in the group, we will also share your uh, way to connect with you. So you could share your maybe your Insta ID that you had shared, and we
yeah,
will put that in the group as well.
yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So I will just say one last thing, that our organization is called Maxible, which is a short form for maximizing abilities. So, what the work that we do is we support people in identifying their abilities, maximizing them, and celebrating them. Because a lot of people say, "अरे मुझे तो कुछ नहीं आता, मैं तो इसमें अच्छी नहीं हूँ, उसमें अच्छी नहीं हूँ." So we sit with them, we help them identify their abilities, maximize them, and celebrate them. Because one person in the house who can maximize their abilities and celebrate them can create a really wave of happiness and positivity within the house. So again, I'll just say, if this conversation felt meaningful for you all today, you can connect with us for any family or parent well-being sessions, for conscious parenting workshops, for resilience and self-awareness sessions, school and community conversation talks. So thank you very much. So the next slide is thank you. You can show that as well, because I have taken time to make that. Do not wait until life forces you to stop. So this is the one takeaway that I want you to take from here. Do not wait until life forces you to stop. Learn to care for yourself while you're still functioning. आज हम ठीक है, हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. Let's not wait till the crisis. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neelam. And I think the last line summed it all so beautifully. And there are so many thank you messages in the chat as well. So it truly speaks out loud all about the session, how it went through. The just to end, I would like to say to everyone the very reason that we're here means that we are giving ourselves the opportunity of loving oneself, because we are being aware that yes, I need that love, I need to be doing something special for myself. And that's the reason why we all are gathered over here to learn something, or maybe to sometimes get back those beautiful memories of loving oneself, that we used to love, do something special for oneself. And there's a need to kind of revisit those moments again, even in the midst of our chaotic life right now. So, thank you, all the participants, for joining in. And as Neelam rightly pointed out, the key for self love is self. And each of us will have different needs. Maybe for someone, sleep is the best way of providing self love. For someone else, it could be a cup of coffee, spending 5 minutes extra for that. And I think it's important that we give that moments to ourselves to be able to balance out, to be able to renew ourselves instead of kind of going dead all of a sudden, right? So let one key thing is you are here, I am here, and my presence is valuable. It need not be attached to what I am giving to others or what I'm doing for others. I think the moment we detach ourselves from the outcomes or how we kind of contribute or support others, that's the moment we'll try to give some moments to our own self, what we feel, what we are going through, what we need at this point. So let's detach our presence and value ourselves and not compare it with what we are supporting or giving to others. I think that's where the expectations start rising, and that kind of we struggle with those moments of expectations then. So thank you, Neelam, Shivani, and the entire crew that came in today. Thank you so much for such a beautifully well curated session. Krishna, for getting them on board, for hosting the session and ensuring that the session goes smooth. Thank you so much, Krishna, Preeti, for the Zoom link, for all this collaborative efforts. I think that makes it much more beautiful, where we each bring ourselves together for the better uh, of the community. As Neelam rightly mentioned at the start, that a child needs a village and not a lone parent, right? And this is a moment we also require a village, and we cannot sometimes be alone, struggling our way through or finding a way through. So thank you so much for joining in, and there are many more sessions lined up uh, with the theme of love, but with different people who surround us. Today it was about me, myself, about self love. The following will be about spousal relationship, parent child relationship, and many more. So please be tuned into our WhatsApp group for further updates. Thank you once again, Neelam, for such a beautiful session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Azel. Thank you, all the council members who joined us, other parents from our parenting group. So, thank you, each and everyone, for taking out your valuable time, being with us, understanding about self love. And now it's time to implement whatever we have learned, because knowledge is everywhere, but that knowledge works for wonders when we bring them into action. So now मेरा हमारा समय शुरू होता है अब. So now we have to be on action. Yes, wow,
Absolutely.
so beautiful, Lekha ji. She has already, shown that she is hugging herself, and let's do it. Let's do it together. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, awesome.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Lovely
Bye.
meeting everyone.
Same here. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.